All right, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone. And a sincere peace and salutation to all the Akim that's pushing his word and truth in his sincerity. It's a brother Ganar from the DC camp coming back at you with another video. And, just want to say, your possessions in this world does not make you. We touched on this topic at camp and it stayed with me, and I just want to get into this topic. And it's I'm going to start in Luke 12 and 15. It says, "And he said unto them, Take heed, beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth." Right? You got to beware of covetousness. When you walking in this truth, when you walking in this faith, you can't be covetous. You can't be desiring something that someone have, seeing the next man life, like, golly, he got this nice house, he got these cars, he got this, that, and the third, and you covered after that, because, for a man's life consisted not in the abundance of things which he possessed. That's not what makes that man, and that's not what make you, that's not what make us. Our possessions is not what make us. That's not the thing that you have in this world that you ultimately going to be judged based off of. That's not what this is about, And that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. What makes you, what really truly impacts your reputation, because your possessions are temporal, man. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 7. It says, "For we was brought into this world, and it is certain." Shalakia. It says, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out." Right? We came into this world with nothing, and it's certain that we are going to leave with nothing, man. And that's the same thing that was spoken of in Job. I'm about to get it right now. This is Job 1 and 21. It says, "And he said, Naked I came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." So it's not about that. It's not about what you had or have, man. That's not what's going to make you. That's not what's going to hold you up, man. That's not you're not going to be remembered. Oh, he was, that man, he had everything. He had the best looking women. He was this, that, and the third. That's not what this walk is about in this truth, man. You're not supposed to desire those things. When King Solomon had 1,000 women, a rich man, but he was known based off of what? His wisdom. King Solomon was the wisest man. When King Solomon was asked the Lord, in his dream, what he desired, he said he desired the wisdom and knowledge. He ain't desired the carnal things of the world, like the houses, the cars, the women, the money. That's not what was desired of him. He desired wisdom, man. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to desire. You're supposed to hold your integrity. That's what you want to be known for. You want to be known for your integrity, man. This is Job 2 and 3. It says, "And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil? And he still holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause." Right? We know the story of Job, and we know what happened to Job, man. And this is, if I was to keep reading, which I won't, you can read it for yourself. But Job had everything, man. He had everything. He had all the possessions that one man would desire, But he forsook it, man. Or excuse me, it was taken away from him, And what he do? He stood strong in his faith, man. He held, like I said, he held held fast his integrity, and that's all we supposed to be doing, man. We supposed to be seeking after the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man, to be the best man of the Lord we can be, you know, because that's what you're going to be known off of. You're not going to be known of the things that you possess. You're not going to be known of your worldly success. You're not going to be known having the best plantation job, man. You know, and if you walking down that path and you a man of the Lord gonna take it from you, man. And you should count it joy. You should count it all joy, the fact that you've been you're being given a chance, pretty much. This is First Maccabees 2:50. This is Mattathias, you know, and this is something that he said to his sons before he passed away. It says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor in an everlasting name. You know, great honor in an everlasting name. That's what you're going to be known by if you do what he said. It says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers, man. You know, he ain't say give your lives for your possessions, man. It's not about your possessions. It's about the nation of Israel and the covenants and the laws that was given to us by our power, Yahweh B'Shem Shah, man. That's what it's about, man. And Mattathias, he stood firm, man. He stood strong. This is First Maccabees 2:19, and this is when they was being oppressed. This is when the nation of Israel was being oppressed. It says, then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent unto his commandments. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. The Most High forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance. Right. It says, we will not hearken into the king's word to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Right. You know, and that's what Mattathias was known for. You know, and he was also known for his sons. You know, because his sons carried out his legacy with a great honor and a great name. But Mattathias was known for being one of the few to first stand up against Antiochus, you know, and his army. You know, he wasn't afraid, man. He had faith. He believed in Yahweh B'Shem Shah over all things, man. You can't let your possessions take you out, man. Cause what's that in Proverbs? I don't know. I think it's Proverbs 30:8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Right, you know, you're supposed to desire what's just good for you. So whatever you end up with is which is just good for you, because that's what the Lord gave you, man. You're not supposed to desire these overly great possessions, man. You're not supposed to desire that stuff. You should just want what's good for you. You know, verse 9, it says, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Most High in vain. Right, you know? Because you don't want to be known as somebody that had so much, that they just didn't feel like they had to do the work no more. That they feel like they ain't had time to do videos no more because they getting everything. You know, you got 1, 2, 3 women, and women want time, man. Women want your time. You know? Say you got more than one woman, you take one out, you know, and you doing your thing, trying to duck and dodge that. And then, you know, the next one time. Then the next one time. You know? And then after that, a couple days go by, then the one before one time. You know? Not to mention that you still got to work. Not to mention that you still got other things to do. You know? So then where the time for the truth? You know, that's why it says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? You know, because you can't serve two masters, man. You got the master of the world, and then you got the master of the truth, man. You know. So you got know your possessions is not what makes you, man. Or it's gonna be what breaks you. You know? Because if your possessions is making you, it's going to break you. You know? You're supposed to know to put Yahweh Bashem Yahushua first now. You know? You're supposed to put him first now, man. Because you got to think, man. Like, you know, we went to Mattathias. You know, he have a great name, man. He have a great reputation. You know, go to just get some examples of men with great reputations. It's all over the scriptures, you know. But I'm just pinpoint a few. You know, one of my favorite is the 7 brothers and the Maccabees. Here is 2 Maccabees 7, I'm going to jump all the way down to 28 when the mother was talking to, I think, one of the last sons that was being killed. It says, I beseech thee, my son, look upon heaven and earth and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made these things that were not. And so was mankind made likewise, right? So she's saying, look to heaven, man. Don't worry about the tribulation that we're going through right now. Don't worry about dying, because the Most High made all of this that's here, and the Most High made man too. So the Most High made this person too. You know, the scripture saying Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, do all these things, right? You know, all of this is made from the Lord. All of this came from the Lord, man. So don't fear none of that. You're supposed to look upon the heaven. Verse 29, it says, fear not this torment, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, and I may receive thee again in the mercy of thy brother. You know. Now, it's verse 30, it says, while she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers. You know, and thou that hast been the author of all mischief of the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of the Most High. Right. You know, so he stood firm, man. And this story was known of the 7 brothers and their mother being shown of integrity, man. A great reputation, man. Their name in the book of life is sealed, man, because they had faith, man. They died with great honor and glory, man. And that's what you should seek for, man. We get you know, our big brother, man, Yahushua. Just the things he went through and the great honor that he had, man. This is Isaiah 53:5. It says, but he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. And Yahweh have laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison, from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living, for the transgression of my people he was stricken. He was made to his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of Yahweh shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the travail of his soul and be satisfied by the knowledge. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a great Salakia. Therefore will I divide him a portion with great, and he shall divide the spoils with the strong, because he had poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sins of many and made intercession for their transgressions. Right? So it says, therefore I will divide him a portion with the great. You know, Yahweh Shai is getting all the glory now, man, which he completely deserved for what he did for us, man. Yahweh Shai have the greatest reputation there is, man, which is great, man, and we are to follow in his like manner, man. You know, not based off of what you got. Matter of fact, in Matthew's yeah, this is St. Matthew's 4:8. It says, and again the devil taketh him up to an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then Yahushua said unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship Yahweh thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Right, you know. Yahushua was offered all the possessions. He was going to give him everything, man. Satan was going to give him all of this, man. All of what he's seen. All the kingdoms that you see that we're being ruled by. Yahushua was going to be given all of that. All he had to do was forsake the Lord. But he held his integrity. He held his integrity, man. And now he have a great reputation in the book of life, man. So what's your reputation going to be, man? This Daniel's 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even at the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found and written in the book. You know, and that's the book of life, you know. And it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Right, you know. What you going to wake up as in the kingdom, man? You're going to wake up to everlasting life, you know. Everlasting life of just joy, you know, and honor. You know, when people read your book in the kingdom, they going or when people read your name in the book, is it going to be a great reputation, or you going to be sorry, man? You going to walk around in the kingdom with your head down, and shame, man. That's why it says, some shall wake to everlasting life and some to shame. If you're a part of the nation of Israel, you're gonna be okay. But you may wake up to shame, man, if you put your possessions over this truth. You know? If you put what you have over this truth, if you think yourself to be something because you got a couple dollars, or you got a couple women that's into you, or you got a nice little car, or you got a nice little pad, you know, you put that over the truth, man. If you desire that over the truth, man, what's going to be your reputation, man? Because we go into certain stories, and there's many stories throughout the scriptures. There's many stories throughout the scriptures of men holding fast their integrity, man. Men forsaking all and following the Lord. You want to read about yourself like we reading about these honorable men, man. You want to be honorable. You don't want to be that man that was selfish and seek to protect his possessions, man. That's why the scriptures say, remember Lot's wife. She looked back at Sodom and Gomorrah because she had love for that place, man. We ain't looking back at America when this thing is about to be blown up. We gone. Lord's willing. You know what I mean? And that's what you want to seek to be, man. You know? The hell with our... We ain't got nothing, man. Micah 2:10, arise ye in the park. For this is not our rest, man. And we understand that. This is not our rest. You know, so Lord's willing, brothers is edified, man. You know, hey, our possessions don't make us, man. Our integrity do. You know, but with that, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rukakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well, and sincere peace salutations to all laborers that's pushing this word of truth and sincerity. You know, and shalom.